How did Sutekh survive the explosion of the TARDIS in the two-part season finale of Matt Smith's first season of being the Doctor in Doctor Who, the Pandorica Opens, and Big Bang? Oh no, I have to rewatch a Matt Smith episode of Doctor Who. Oh no. So, spoiler alert for Ncuti Gatwa's first season finale, Empire of Death. Sutekh has been clinging on top of the TARDIS for the last 49 years of Doctor Who television history, give or take. And when I saw that, learned about it, being a big Matt Smith era fan like I am, Matt Smith was my first Doctor. His era is the era that got me into Doctor Who. I immediately went, how did him surviving the Big Bang 2 work? So I went back and rewatched the two-part finale to Series 5, The Pandorica Opens, and The Big Bang. In this two-parter, the TARDIS explodes, creating all of the cracks in the universe that the Doctor and Amy Pond have been dealing with in their first season together. And this explosion causes a total event collapse of all universes, and all life ceases to exist everywhere. All life ceasing to exist, that sounds a lot like Sutekh's goals. Put a pin in that, we'll come back to that later. To answer the question, how does Sutekh survive? I think it's fairly easy to assume that he does. There doesn't appear to be any deaths directly caused by this explosion of the universe by the time the two-parter comes to an end. The TARDIS explodes and ripples out, causing this destruction of the universe. The Doctor is able to prevent it by flying the Pandorica, which inside contains atoms from before the destruction of the universe, and by having it explode in the TARDIS, is able to project that life back into the universe. It was honestly a little confusing, but the point being that the universe was going to be reborn. The only casualty would be the Doctor, because he would end up on the other side of the cracks in the universe, being stuck in the void outside of the universe, unless he was to be remembered inside the universe. And it had to be by Amy Pond, because the cracks in the universe poured all of their information into her. It's a little confusing, not gonna lie, because obviously River remembered him, because she dropped the TARDIS journal over to Amy's wedding. When Amy does remember the TARDIS and the Doctor, they both appear at her wedding, and he is already wearing a tux for the occasion. He had time to change, obviously not too worried about the fact that he would survive or not. So is it a stretch to say that if the TARDIS is the thing that exploded and it survived, that Sutekh, who is on top of the TARDIS, was able to survive? No, certainly not. Do I think Sutekh was happy about this development? No, I don't think he was. I think Sutekh orchestrated the whole event. Throughout the two-parter episode, River asks the Doctor, why does the TARDIS explode? Like, what is this? And he's like, look, we don't have time to question that right now. We just need to deal with the fact that it is exploding and destroying the universe. But it seems to be a big deal that, like, yeah, sure, the TARDIS explodes, but, like, it exploding and destroying the universe don't have to be one and the same. They're confused by that, and we don't really get answers from it until the 11th Doctor's very last episode, The Time of the Doctor, where he talks to Mother Superior, Mother Superstitious, Mother something, and she says that the Silence broke off from the church to try to go back in time and kill the Doctor, so that way he could never bring Gallifrey back into the main universe in the events of that episode, and that part of their plans was to try to blow up the TARDIS, which created the cracks in the universe that they were trying to prevent in the first case. But how did the Silence know how to blow up the TARDIS, be able to go in and sabotage it so that way it would blow up. And if they were able to have that knowledge to go in and blow up the TARDIS, how did they not go, oh, well, that might cause the destruction of the universe, which is something we are trying to outright prevent because they're trying to stop the Time War continuing by Gallifrey coming back again. I know, all of this is a lot, very confusing. Deep dive nerd stuff here. They are trying to prevent the Time War from starting up again by Gallifrey coming back, so obviously they don't want the universe all destroyed. They think they're the good guys, so surely if they're going to sabotage the TARDIS, and River and the Doctor in the two-parter are implying that destruction of the TARDIS does not equal total event collapse of the universe, then surely they would try to sabotage and destroy it in a way that does not cause the total destruction of the universe. Unless, of course, the way that they knew how to sabotage the TARDIS was from somebody on the inside, or not the inside, should I perhaps say the outside, a god of death clinging and hiding on the spine of the TARDIS, who has learned all of its secrets, including the name of the Doctor's granddaughter. Clearly, he has insight into the inner workings of the TARDIS, and would be able to convey the information to the Silence how to sabotage the TARDIS, but since it is not knowledge that they gained for themselves, they were hoodwinked and bamboozled into sabotaging the TARDIS in a way that would cause the destruction of the universe. But Josh, you might be saying, Sutekh didn't want to die himself, and you're right, he didn't. He just wanted to reign over a universe that is empty and silent. The TARDIS, in its destruction, activated a time loop on the moment of its death, burning up in a ball as bright and hot as the sun, which was able to heat the Earth as the universe was collapsing around it. And River Song, who was at the heart of the explosion inside the TARDIS, relived the last few seconds of her life over and over again in a time loop, and I think so too would Sutekh, and he would get to see the destruction of the universe over and over again, and for him, that would be good. We see that Sutekh is a grand manipulator. He is able to put his angels of death in the form of Susan Triad out into the universe every time the TARDIS lands. Is it such a stretch to say that he infiltrated the Silence? No, it is certainly not. I think Sutekh orchestrated this whole attempted destruction of the universe and planned on reaping the benefits of his destruction, the annihilation of life, which he finds revolting, in a time loop over and over again. Even if that theory is not entirely correct, which I've completely sold myself, I'm not going to lie, I think it is easy enough to go, well, the TARDIS survived the explosion, obviously Sutekh survived as well, and I don't think he was happy about that, but blowing up the whole universe and orchestrating such an event is something that you can really only try to do once, so he had to wait several more years for his next chance to destroy the universe, which came in Ncuti Gatwa's first season. But those are just my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think I'm going full on tinfoil hat here, or do you agree with me? If you do, please definitely let me know in the comments below. I could use the ego boost, and also to feel like I'm not a total rabbit hole diving, tinfoil hat wearing nerd. Please tell me that I spent those couple hours of my life well rewatching those episodes. You know what? I already know that I did because I had fun and I got to see more of Matt Smith as the Doctor, which I find to be good. Thank you so much for watching, and have a